The shirt looks pretty good. Yeah, it's Liz. Yeah, this is my Liz Warren. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming back and coming back to Stabby Solves Your Problems for a second time. The first one was a rousing success. I had a blast, and like I explained last time, this will not just be the chat. In fact, I'm gonna try, and I think I'm gonna start with the chat. We're gonna talk to the chat. And then at the end, I will do a half hour that's going to be chat heavy. There was a motherfucker who says, he's going bald, but he looked like Ronald McDonald. And he actually showed me a picture of his face. He's a cute guy. You're going to be okay, buddy. We have our super producer, Hard Dick Ralphio, over there remotely from the sex bunker. And Ralphie is going to play. We had a ton of phone calls, and I appreciate the voicemails. We had how many, Ralphie? 66?
We had 68 for this week.
Ooh, one short of the magic beautiful number, 69. I think next week I'm even going to try and do an even longer show, play with the format, maybe have a guest on to provide a different perspective, perhaps a woman, perhaps a homosexual man. And before anybody says anything, don't make a joke about, well, how is a homosexual man a different perspective from you? Okay? I'm bi-curious at most. Without any further ado, Big Dick Ralph, play us our first question.
Yo, stop. What's up? I'm a huge fan, but I got a problem, all right? So I turned my brother on you and on the Come Town, and he really likes it, but now he won't stop trying to do bits with me and trying to do, like, songs, but the gay version of the song.
Tough, bro.
And, it's nice to have something to, bond with over my brother, but how do I tell him to stop because it's not funny and he should leave it to the pros?
Right.
Thanks anyway, stop. Love you. Bye.
Okay, here's what you do, buddy. You show him this clip right here. I wish I had his name, but pal, look, I understand you like the show, and it's I'm glad you're getting something out of it. I'm glad you're enjoying the riffs, and I'm glad that you and your brother have something to bond over. But you should be deeply ashamed of yourself for listening to Come Town. And the only thing worse than being a Come Town listener in secret is one that's being proud about it and constantly tries to riff. It's going to ruin your life. It's going to poison your ability to talk to anybody else. So treat it the way you would treat homosexuality in the 1940s. Okay? Get together with your friends, guys with the same interests as you in a secret location where no one else knows what you're up to. And if anybody asks about you, never, ever mention that you have ever listened to Come Town. I guess if you have to, if things get really drastic, call him Adam. Do it in a language he understands. Tell him he's being Adam by doing it.
All right, this next guy left 3 separate voicemails, but I'm just playing one of his for time's sake.
I love it.
Halkias. It's Johnny again. I just wanted to call
I don't like the way
and
this
tell you
started.
that, I have another issue. So my wife and I have been married a good happy 2 years. I'm really glad that we've been getting along so well, but the thing is, she has this weird tendency to slap my cock. What do I do to make her stop? I think it's like a nervous habit, maybe something like that. I'm not.
Okay, great. So here's some context clues. He's left 3 voicemails, and we all heard the way he started with that annoying pre-planned Halkias. If I had to guess, your wife can't help it. You're annoying the fuck out of her when you're doing shit like that. Your voice was just wearing a leather jacket.
Gustav, need your advice, man. I'm gonna, for the sake of anonymity, my name is Ron. So haven't been with a girl in a while. I started hanging out with a dude out here, and I've become really good friends with him and his girlfriend. And at the same time, I have a crazy huge crush on her, and it's fucking unbearable. What should I do?
Ronnie, my sweet little slut. I feel for you, brother. And when you first said I haven't been with a girl for a while, but I've been hanging out with a dude, I was hyped. I thought we were gonna get our first, maybe I'm about to get my dick sucked by a guy call. And then when you said him and his girlfriend, I was even more hyped because I'm like, is this about to be an MMF? I'm not in the MMF camp, and I know that's a little digression from what we're talking about here. Anyway, having said all that, you are in the worst position possible from your set of variables. It's a tough situation. We've all been there. You're in a tough spot. You haven't fucked in a while. You forge a connection with a man that is intimate. You have a real friendship with him. So you're starting to open up emotionally. He's cool. You vibe with him. Odds are you're going to vibe with his fucking girlfriend. The closer you get to that couple, you pick up some of that weird intimacy, and it's the fucking parts of your brain where it's like, oh, I watched a movie with her and had some popcorn. Your fucking lizard brain remembers, well, when I usually watch a movie and have popcorn with a girl, she sucks me off and we cuddle afterwards. Situation's a tough one because the only solution really is to do the shit that will nourish you. Feed yourself, my brother. Rededicate yourself to getting some pussy. All right? That's it. You gotta fuck because you'll realize I'm really missing just the intimacy of a woman. Best case scenario, best/worst case scenario is you cuck your friend and ruin it, and maybe you have a shitty relationship with this girl that doesn't last. Worst case scenario is you fucking get involved in some weird family situation where you're basically this girl's boyfriend and this guy's like best friend, and you're not getting pussy, and you're completely spent emotionally, but you're fucking locked in. So you need space, bro. You need some fucking space, brother.
I'm having trouble. Hey, Stav, I'm having trouble smashing some wicked hot gash. How do I achieve your sex appeal?
Hey, Stav. First of all, don't talk like Little Nicky. Did a copy of Little Nicky become sentient and call into my fucking radio show? Can you play that one more time?
I'm having trouble. Hey, Stav, I'm having trouble smashing some wicked hot gash. How do I achieve your sex appeal?
Hey, stop it, baby. This is Pussy Buster 92. I'm just wondering, how do you deal with getting over jealousy about your wife's ex-boyfriend?
Damn. This man said wife's ex-boyfriend. Here's what I would like to know. What is the source of jealousy? Is this some kind of, I mean, clearly it's some insecurity rooted in yourself, but why? What is it about this motherfucker? I've been in some fucked up situations where I started dating somebody that was in a different relationship, and I was kind of cucking someone, but I felt also cucked because it felt like she was still with him. Find the root of that fucker. What is it? You know, and ultimately understand that she's with you. You're fucking married, for fuck's sake. And recognize that this guy, he's not in her life anymore. Unless he is, in which case that's another fucked up situation. Can you call back next week and give me a fucking more details? Because I need to know.
Hi, Stav. This is Joey, the
Italian man
from Indiana. I'm calling in because my
Italian man
are getting married in September, and I just wanted to get your advice on how to make a relationship work, you know, in the long term. How to really make it last.
Hey, I'm fucking Joey, the Italian man. Put some fucking marinara on the corn. You sound like you love her. You sound like it's something that you really cared about, and I assume as an Italian man, it must be bittersweet because it means you have to stop having sex with your mother to start having sex with your wife. Next, baby.
Quick update from the moderation team. Apparently, WOP and DAGO are words you're not supposed to say on Twitch. Here's the next voicemail.
My name's Kendrick. Earlier today, I whipped up some pulled pork, some barbecue pulled pork. And though it was pretty good, I think it was a little bit lacking in flavor and a little bit in moisture as well. So I was just wondering, as a pulled pork aficionado yourself, if you have any good tips or pointers on how to make the perfect pulled pork.
Great question. Let me just real quick backtrack. Are you fucking kidding? We can't make fun of Italians. Are you fucking kidding me? Unfucking believable Italians. They're so fucking... Kendrick, baby, K-Dot, thank you for the question about pork. And I apologize to Johnny, to Indiana Johnny, the W star P. The best pork shoulder I ever made in my fucking life was for Christmas, not last year, the year before. And I literally cooked this motherfucker. The temperature you're supposed to put pork, I believe temperature, look this up, don't fucking quote me on it. I think it's 160 is the safe temperature for eating pork. What I did that day, which was the best fucking pork shoulder I ever had in my life, is I cooked a pork shoulder at exactly the temperature that it takes to be safe to eat. Over 20, it was, I believe, a 30-hour cooking process. I had to turn my oven on because it thought I had left it, I had forgotten it. I coated it completely with a rub of salt, pulverized garlic, brown sugar, a little bit of paprika, And then I fucking took all that and I used mayonnaise. And then I took it out and I cooked it for about, I want to say 30 hours until it was right the exact temperature that it was safe to eat at. And motherfucker, when I tell you this shit fell, you could fuck, it was just fucking.
This is Robbie. I'm calling from Boston. And I was wondering if you had any nice recipes that I could whip up for myself during quarantine. You know, just simple stuff, maybe like with some things that I might already have around the house, so I don't have to go outside or anything. But yeah, I can't keep eating takeout, so I need some.
Goddamn,
I need some nice simple recipes to whip up. If you got anything,
okay, bro? You all right, brother? In Boston, somebody fucking get a care package of this motherfucker in Boston. If you want something on the healthy-ish side, well, I mean, eggs are a big time your friend, okay? A simple breakfast that makes you feel like you're in a diner. You chop up a potato in the kind of square, in that little, you take a potato and you fucking, you boil them for 5 minutes. Get them soft a little bit. Then you put them in the oven at about 350 with oil. The other thing that's a nice piece of meat for a situation like this is a chicken thigh. Very easy to cook. You can keep the skin on, you can keep the skin off. They're almost like little pork shoulders, not to be, a one-trick pony here, but they're almost like a tiny version of a fatty cut of meat, and they're very hard to fuck up. They're so fatty. Even if you overcook them, they're still pretty good, and they work really well in like a stir-fry situation.
What is your advice on overcoming depression and social anxiety?
The only thing I can say about this, and the only thing that's helped me, is to not beat yourself up over it. It's, some days you're just going to be a fucking piece of shit that can't get out of bed, and you just got to fucking cope. There's days where your depression or anxiety is going to be so tough that you're not going to go out and go on a date or meet up with your friends or like try some shit. Some days you just got to take it slow. But the days that you're feeling good, take advantage of it and give it a shot. You just have to take it slow, find people you like, build up your relationships over time, and when there's days where you feel like shit, baby, hit the couch. Don't feel guilty about it.
Been online dating recently. It's been going okay. But I was looking to get your advice on something specific. Basically, a lot of girls will say they're not down to fuck. They're not into hookups. About half of them are lying and half of them really mean it. Right. And I'm wondering how you tell right off the bat, like maybe even before the first date, like when you're chatting online.
Listen to this horny cocksucker who thinks his time is so worth. Listen, bitch, if you want a guy like me to come over and bust within 7 minutes, I'm not wasting my time on a fucking second date, bitch. I'm gonna be honest with you, it sounds like the Pua reality show on VH1 was a big part of your life. And also, they're not lying, by the way, you dumb fuck. Maybe they're not, and they actually liked you. Whatever sociopathic tricks you used to make them think you're a good person worked. Honestly, it's a small miracle that you have fucked at all. But I guess you must be tall or something.
I need some career advice. I go to a pretty good law school, and I've got to make some career choices. I can either be like a boring, shitty corporate attorney who makes like $180K out of school and does like soul destroying evil work, or I can be like a good attorney who makes like less than half that out of school, but is maybe able to like help people in some sort of way or something. And I think I'd enjoy that a lot more.
Yeah.
But I also want to date hot chicks, and they only date, like rich dudes. So
no, brother.
Fill me in on what you think.
This guy is like if the dirtbag, the like evolutionary chart where there's a fucking monkey, then there's a caveman, then there's like a human on the like piece of shit to like kind of in the middle, and then good guy. This guy's in the middle. The last guy was a dirtbag. He's like, how do I get women to promise me sex before I buy them 2 vodka sodas? Ideally, you should be a good guy and not be a piece of shit and not aid these horrible people that need high-powered legal advice and are paying top dollar because it's soul-crushing to work for them, right? I would suggest, if all things are even and no one is depending on you, no one needs you financially right now, and you're not in a ton of debt or whatever, be a fucking good guy, work for something good, feel better about yourself. You're still probably going to make a nice amount of money. You just won't be super rich. and it will too many times we get caught up in like the actual fucking money about shit, but there's other non-financial aspects to life where those cocksuckers are probably gonna work you to the fucking bone because they don't give a fuck about you.
My name's Max, and I'm 16, and I was wondering where I should start if I want to become a comedian. I've done a little bit of writing, and I've done my fair research of watching different comedians and studying their acts and doing all that. But
I mean, listen, the thing I should tell you is to not do comedy. Comedy sucks dick, and you have to get lucky with podcast to actually be successful now. It's basically the only career path. I consider myself a pretty funny guy, and if it was not for this podcast, I would be doing okay. I would still be like an up-and-coming comic. I would be getting work in New York City clubs. I would be probably opening for guys, and then having my own, without a fan base, I would be like headlining the shittiest clubs and the shittiest nights for bad money compared to with the fan base that I've been lucky enough to get through the podcast, that like I get to kind of call my own shots, right? And I would consider myself talented, right? But if that didn't happen, and it really could not have, it would be a real struggle, and I would still be okay, but it would be like, I would be kind of scraping by, and there'd be a lot of uncertainty. Before I moved to New York, I was making, I'm not shitting you, like $15,000 a year doing comedy on the road. And then the next year when I moved and I was opening for some bigger people, that shot up to like, maybe like 20, 30,000. And then I got a writing job before Cumtown, and I was making about $40,000 a year, but that was a lot of work, and I was working constantly, and I couldn't really work on stand-up because of it. But the thing is, there's no shortcuts in it, and you just have to get on stage as much as fucking possible. And, if that's what you want to do, fucking go for it. And at the very least, you're young enough where you can give it a real shot. Damn, I'm worried about that kid. I feel like, honestly, Child Protective Services could come fucking arrest me for telling a child to do stand-up comedy.
now that I'm sober, how should I go about finding new friends that are also sober but aren't boring as hell and suck, but also don't steal everything from my house?
It's good that you're sober, although it does sound like you're on Klonopin right now. My best advice is you got to do some kind of fucking hobby, as fucking lame as that sounds. But I don't think it's that lame. I think it's actually kind of fun, you know? I don't know if work is an opportunity. I don't know what your social circles are. And the thing is, they don't necessarily even have to be sober. It sounds like you just had some shitty people in your life. And I think the fact that you're sober is huge, right? And I think you're on a trajectory of self-improvement that maybe keep going.
So I just got out of a relationship with my girlfriend, who we'd both been dating each other since we were both 20. We've both been 33 now. So a 13-year-long relationship.
God damn. That's a
Do you
preteen.
think there's a way I can try to improve myself over the next few months, maybe even a year, enough to show her that I would like to try to make the relationship give it another pass?
It's natural to have that feeling of like, oh, we're gonna I want to get you back, or like, this is temporary, I want to have this back. We've all gone through that through a breakup. I'm not saying don't improve, I'm not saying don't do some shit, but you can't be thinking that way, because you're only setting yourself up for another potential heartbreak and an even bigger one.
Girlfriend keeps whacking her little clitter bean to you, so just want to know how I can get that to stop.
If that's what's going on, if you want her to stop, then I would say what you should do is, and I'm just going to step in, I'm going to be a good guy, tell her to DM me personally, and me and her will have a chat about it.
My friend technically committed a hate crime recently, where he vandalized one of those
Ralph, play
rentable
that again?
dumpsters. He committed a hate crime recently, where he vandalized one of those rentable dumpsters.
What the fuck?
The police got notified, and I live like really close to it. So I think I'm just gonna like see nothing, hear nothing, say nothing, you know. But if the police pull up to my house, what do I do?
You say your friend committed a fucking hate crime, bro? First of all, why are you implicating me in this, you fucking snitch? I guess you can't snitch, because it was just vandalism. But you don't gotta be friends with this guy anymore. So your friend spray painted a slur, I guess. And that's not a chill move, but, I mean, the cops are more racist than the guy that spray paints something on a garbage can. So, honestly, by working with the police, you would actually be dealing with a more dangerous racist organization. So, also maybe talk to your friend or don't hang out with him as much or try and figure out why he did that.
I just got a PS4 to keep busy during quarantine. I was wondering what are some really good games to do a shit ton of edibles and alcohol and play while fucked up.
Speaking of the cops, do alcohol. I have been playing No Man's Sky off stream because it's not that exciting to play on stream. But that's a fucker that I would play fucked up, bro.
This is Jeremy. I'm currently quarantined with my girlfriend right now. She just got a new dildo shipped in from Amazon, and it is bigger than my dick. So how would you get over being jealous?
This bitch is sending a real message. How often is she using this thing, bro? Is she busting it out? Are you fucking her and she's like, oh, that's pretty good? I'm just imagining her sucking on it while you're fucking her. Is this a special occasion for her? What is she using it for? How often is she fucking herself with the bigger dick dildo? I've been jealous of lesbians who use strap-ons because it's like that's a fucking a dick that never tires. That's Mark Henry versus the fucking steam engine. Give me some more details if you can, but otherwise I would say start thinking about this relationship being over.
The world's ended in 24 hours, and you can only do one of three things.
Like
1, eat your last meal. 2, get your dick sucked. Or 3, see your family and loved ones. Which one would you pick?
I love to eat, but I am a social eater in a weird way where I like to have the crew around me. So if I'm eating like Korean, especially because my favorite meal is probably Korean barbecue, and if I'm sitting at a fucking hot grill by myself, fucking picking pork belly off the shit. And also, who's to say my loved ones aren't somebody that's sucking my dick? I love the people that have sucked my dick. You know, I could FaceTime my fucking family. 24 hours, I'm going to spend 3 of those hours driving to Baltimore? No, I'm going to Flushing and I'm having a nice Korean barbecue meal.
This is Chris _Benoit _420 here in the afternoon. I need to figure out whether or not I should go back to school and do my PhD. You know, grad school was fun, but I'm not sure it's right for me. But also, with my current qualifications, the best job I can get is to do the kind of stuff Elvis does. And I don't want to be like Elvis.
You're a fucking grad student, you know what I'm saying, on Twitch. Let's relax about Elvis. Having said that, his life is gay, and I will admit that. If you think school is the answer, you're a grown man who thinks you need to do more fucking homework, bro. That's your problem. It's not gonna. I don't respect PhDs.
My question is, I have 2 boyfriends. One of them lets me do just about anything to him. The other one is very shy in bed, and I want to put my finger in his ass, and I need you to tell me how I can get him to do that.
You sound poly to me. I'm going to be honest. It sounds like you might have some split ends. There's 2 types of poly people. There's girls who sell nudes and have septum piercings, and then there's like Ren Fair type motherfuckers. Are you Ren Fair? You are, right? You want to put a finger in his ass. Okay. And have you tried and he said no? Here's what I would say. Work your way up with a low ball suck. Gooch, you're halfway to asshole town.
So I can't come without being really loud in my apartment. And I'm really self-conscious about my neighbors hearing me because I can like hear them watching TV.
Damn. This bitch is shouting at the top of her lungs.
And like we're home all the time. So what do you think I should do? Do you think I should just bite the bullet and like be loud, or just kind of like take this as a month of not coming? I don't know.
You can hear them shuffling a deck of cards, but you want to just get pounded and fucking yell. I don't want you to not come. I think you need to come. Is this just sex, or is this when you're beating off too? Cause that's fucking wild. If you're fucking while you're just jerking yourself off, you gotta fuck. That's a problem for you to figure out.
This is Alex from Cincinnati. I just had a question. What do you think about sleeping with married women? I'm just kind of in an ethical dilemma right now. Should I keep doing it since they got married, or should I stop? What do you think?
Interesting. The side bitch's dilemma. The truth is you are doing something wrong. What you should do is stop fucking her, right? But I think there has to be you have to have some kind of matrix of how good the pussy is versus how bad the ethical thing is. If Doja Cat wanted to fuck me, I would chop one of my friend's toes off. That's pretty bad.
If you're about to fuck a girl for the first time, like, is it better to have her just see you fully hard, just be, have it fully out there?
Yeah.
Or should you show her your soft dick, whip out that little Tic Tac, and just be like, hey, this is what you're working with?
No. Yeah, why don't you go to a fucking job interview in fucking sweatpants that you took a shit in? Sometimes they see it by accident because I can't get fucking stiff. But come on. You're coming in fully torqued the first time.
I'm worried that I'm stroking it too much and I'm going to have a case of desensitized penis when quarantine ends. I'm wondering if you have any tips on how I'm going to be able to manage that and keep it up for my girl when this shit finally ends.
Don't jack off to freaky shit, like freaky porn shit. That can be an issue. Jack from the mind, my brother. That's what I've been doing. I've been trying to, although sometimes we're all human. We all check X videos.
How do I talk to a girl that's out of my league? I'm a guy who makes a decent living, likes to play video games, probably drinks too much, and listens to Come Town nonstop. Do I just lie to them?
God damn, bro. Between your alcoholism and Come Town addiction, one's got to go. It's just about being the best version of you, and that's how you're going to get the best top.
Yeah, my name's Alex, by the way. I just got to get 100% straight to the point. My dick stinks. My dick smells real bad. I've tried different powders and creams and all different kinds of soaps. I even use those special genital deodorants, and my cock just reeks.
Now look, man, I can help out with certain things, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not an MD. And what is cock deodorant? Yeah, it could be your diet. I don't know. Your pH levels might be off. This is something you literally need to go to a doctor for. I don't know why the fuck you're calling me. Why do I look like I have a stinky penis? Don't answer that, chat.
This is Trip calling, and I'm wondering, how do I entertain myself without the presence of drugs or alcohol since I'm at my parents' house?
You can fuck your parents. What, your parents? You can't get fucking drunk around your parents? What are you, a fucking child? Maybe you are. You sounded like one. You sounded like a haunted puppet. Revert to being a child, bro. What did you do when you were a fucking kid? You gamed? That's what I'm doing. I'm living my gaming lifestyle.
If I'm a girl, how do I get two guys to want to double team me?
It's probably pretty easy if I'm being totally and completely honest with you. Respect though. I love what you're getting at. Because honestly, I'm one of the guys that would not be that into it. I really have no desire to have a MMF. Now FFM.
So I got like a disease thing that fucks up my nut, and when I blow a load, it's just fluid. At what point should I warn a lady friend?
I'm imagining some guy that's like, oh, I'm gonna come, and then he just pisses for like 10 seconds, just a hot stream of piss. No one's like, damn, I really like the consistency of cum. I really hope this tastes exactly like cum. Like, is it? I don't get what you mean. Is it just pure water? What are you cumming, bro?
This is Marvin in Logan Square, Chicago, calling in reference to a older woman in my neighborhood who sometimes lures me over to her house for sex when she knows I'm drunk. And she often encourages me to bust inside of her. So my concern is that due to her being in her late 30s, maybe is she trying to trick me into impregnating her?
That is always a disconcerting feeling because you want, from an animalistic standpoint, you would love to bust inside. Nothing feels better than a nice hot nut in God's oven. I don't think she's trying to trap you. What are you, rich or something? Maybe these bitches just like getting cream pied, bro. Some people love getting cream pied. I think you're flattering yourself in terms of getting trapped, but at the same time, if it'll help there's nothing worse than the next day being like, God damn it, why? So don't do it. And you probably should wear a condom, but that's...
I'm a pretty young guy. I'm still in college about, I think, my second to last year. And with all this quarantine shit, it's been hard for me to get motivated to do any of my homework, especially with like being back at home and also being not able to see my significant other and all that. What are some stuff that helps you keep motivated, dude?
I've structured my week so that I have something to do every fucking day, right? So like on Mondays I do 2 basketball podcasts a week. I do Come Town twice a week. I do this stream every Friday, and I'm starting an art show with my little brother that I'm gonna do weekly. And in between that, I'm also trying to take 2 mornings out of the week to work on long-term projects. So what helps me a lot is outside structure, because if it was left up to me, I would never do anything. I would just get fucking stoned. I'd watch fucking John Wick. I love to chill. Get some fucking outside structure, brother. That's what helps me. I also try and start my day with an hour of yoga, so I feel like I've at least done something. So yeah, just little things you can check off and things that keep you accountable, because otherwise, personally, if left to my own devices, I wouldn't do shit.
Kalispera, Stavro.
Oh,
this is Jay from Greece. How the fuck do I get out of this country?
Kalispera, agori mu. Χαίρομαι που σ' ακούω. I don't know. It's kind of a tough time to get out of the country, but you got to get out. Knock up some tourists. Get a British woman. Get an American woman. Show her the time of her life. Give her some Mamma Mia shit. Bust inside. Let those resilient Greek sperm do your work. And if it's meant to be, your jizz will take you to America, my friend.
I've been hanging out at my friend's place a lot, and she has a housemate who's 10 years older than me, and he's pretty cute, but mostly we just do ketamine together.
Oh, no.
And I feel like it would be really bad to sleep with him, but he's been asking, and like he clearly wants, he's been like kind of simping. Should I sleep with him?
Yikes.
Because I am very sexually frustrated at the moment.
I guess what are the cons, right? The fact that he's been asking is a little strange. Is there a reason you don't want to? It sounds like you're hesitant. Is the reason that you think it would fuck things up with your friend for some reason? You want to get stuffed. That's clear. I guess he has ketamine, which is a pro. Unless you're giving him the ketamine, in which case that's a negative. You can't be giving it, you know what I'm saying? You can't be giving drugs and pussy to somebody you're on the fence about. Right now, it's a cautious why not.
Logan here, and I kind of smashed with this girl, and I kind of gassed her up a lot, and now she's kind of a bitch. I was wondering if there's any way I could backtrack this.
Okay. I would say don't flatter yourself. I don't think, now it's a classic oversell. You're too, complimentary in a fake way. That's almost as a problem. But I don't know that you caused this. You took her out to fucking Chili's or whatever the fuck, and you told her fucking hair looks nice. I don't think that's necessarily the reason she's a bitch. I would say just have like some more convos with her, or don't talk to her anymore. And maybe you're the bitch.
What do you think I should spend my stimulus money on? Thanks.
Guns, bro. It's going the fuck down. Get you an AR. Food, rent. Do you have? You don't need the money. If you don't need it, fucking donate it. Oh, another thing I should say is all proceeds from Twitch for the month of April, I will donate to a charity. I haven't decided where yet. I still have to do the research, but if you subscribe or you donate or whatever, all the money is gonna go to charity for people that got, fucked by Corona. If you have a job that wasn't affected and you're getting that stimulus money and things are going good for you, consider helping people out. Well, folks, I think that's going to do it here. It's been a very fun stream. We almost hit 3 fucking hours. I thought I was only going to do 2, but we were having a blast. We had a lot of questions. So please, call this fucking number, 903-883-STAV. Call in. I'll solve all your fucking problems, bitch. I promise.